Yeah, a very good afternoon to all. So, I welcome you all to the webinar on GitHub and Hacktoberfest 2020 from ACM Student Chapter of Christian of Technology. So, GitHub is an open source repository wherein which you can find many of the works which are being done by and which are being contributed by the open source enthusiasts. Hacktoberfest is one Hacktoberfest is one such event which is being hosted by GitHub and some other companies also around with the GitHub, so as to encourage the open source enthusiasts or the programmers, coders to show their work or to share their work to the world. So uh, today we'll be going on with an introduction session about how. Okay, am I clear now? Is audio clear? So today we'll be having this session on introduction session on this Hacktoberfest and also GitHub. So let me introduce our speakers today. So our speakers are one is Mr. Anirudh Gudi and Varun Joshi. Anirudh Gudi is from the Department of Information Science and Engineering, and Varun Joshi is from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So both of these students are the campus lead for Code for Cause community, which is also an open source community, and they are sharing their knowledge, they are sharing their works over there. So today, let's start with the session. First session will be taken over by Mr. Anirudh Guri. Over to you, Mr. Anirudh.
Hello everyone. Hello, I welcome everyone to this webinar. Is my voice audible? Let me
Yes,
know.
Anirudh, your voice is audible.
Okay. So,
Yeah, it's audible.
So basically, what happens is, if you're interested in contributing some of the projects like Gatsby or React, you should be good at JavaScript. The same way, if you're good at any topic, you could choose the same repository to contribute. So let us see how we can choose an issue to contribute. So there are, if you're contributing for the first time, you can choose a good first issue or a Hack October first issue. So basically, these are some of the websites that will help you to choose your first issue or the first label issues of Hack Oktoberfest. Let me show you some of this. One of these is issuehub.io. You can choose whatever labels you would like to contribute for. For example, I would like to contribute for Hack Oktoberfest, good first issue. Okay, and the languages that I would like to work upon. For example, Ruby, JavaScript, and just I would like to find out these repositories which will be capable or I am interested into some of these labels. Similarly, as we can see, there are most of these repositories available on the GitHub, which will help us to contribute for the same. Similarly, if you want to contribute for the first time, you can choose for
Sorry to
the
interrupt.
good first issue. Yes, sir.
Uh, Please reduce the pace of speech so that it will be understandable for the students.
Okay, sir. No problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
so for the good first issues, if you are contributing for the first time, you can choose a repository and the label for the same. For example, now I'd like to choose a JavaScript as the language to contribute for, and the labels that you would like to contribute for. For example, Hack Oktoberfest and Help Wanted. So similar results will be shown on this dashboard, and you can choose the same repositories. Let's see. Here is a repo saying that PWA service workers enhancement. I can go to the issue. Later on, the thing is every admin or the head of the repository has their own rules to contribute. How do we find that? We can go to the repository and look for contributing.md. See here, you have given some sort of instructions to contribute for. Here they have said that this is an incomplete list of things to take care while contributing, commits that the way it should be done, the code style, the pull request, and about the other environments. You can look for other labels by these websites too. Now let us see the prerequisites. Prerequisite is Git and GitHub. So one of the major thing in while contributing to the open source is Git and GitHub. So where to learn Git? Most of the students ask, or my friends ask me where to learn Git. There is something called try.github.io, which will help you to learn GitHub and Git. And you can see here that GitHub Learning Lab is available. So what GitHub Learning Lab does is it is having a bot with it, which will help you to find your course and get started. For example, let us say I want to get started with introduction to GitHub. So what this course does is it will help you with a bot so that you learn on yourself. You can start your course here, and further a repository will be created on your profile. Then you will be having stepwise instructions to be done. These stepwise instructions, when you complete, you will get a certificate. And even this is much more fun to learn this way. I have already completed this course, as this can be seen over here. Okay, next thing is how do I contribute and which report should I find? So if you're looking for an amazing report to contribute, you can look for the repository on their own website, that is hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com. You can choose your language to contribute. As you can see, there are a lot of repositories available on different languages you would like to contribute for. Let's go for Python. As you can see, these are some of the suggestions that are available over here. Same way, I found an amazing repository and contributed for one. You can see this GitHub profile README generator. So basically, this project is an amazing project where you will be, you have to just add your information and things you would like to work, or your skills that you work on. And what this does is, this generates a README file for you. The same README file can be put onto your GitHub repository or your profile so that it shows. You can see here, I am Varun, connect with me, languages I know. This was an amazing project. I found on the same profile of hacktober.digitalocean. You have a lot of such kind of amazing projects available, and you can contribute to such amazing projects on the same profile. So let us see how many contributions I have done and how this is going to help you. So basically, right now I have contributed a one PR, which was somewhere around 2nd of October, I guess. These are the two PRs which I have created. Pull request I have created around 3rd October and the 10th October, which are yet to be merged. So when you log into the Hacktober, when you start and log in into your Hacktober, you have to sign up with your GitHub. Then it will take to your this dashboard. So you can see here in review. So one of the PR that I created is in the review. This is the repository I have contributed to, which is not valid. We can see here it is ineligible. That means this repository is not been this has not been counted this year. These are the two other amazing repositories I have contributed on 3rd and 10th October. One of this was the same README generator. Let me show you. Okay. So as we can see that I had suggested an enhancement over here. adding a developer stack. So basically, these days we look for a full stack developer. So while contributing to the GitHub, I mean README generator, I thought of that this could be one of the enhancement to their project. So thing is, they have given a way of way to suggest your ideas. So I've suggested the problem, I've given a solution, and even I've suggested an alternative solution for that. Then it says that thanks for opening for your first issue here. Your contribution means a lot. Then the owner of this repository, that is Rahul K. Jain, has assigned this label and issue to me. Then I have created a pull request. I have created a pull request over here. As you can see, let me show you what I have done. Okay, so enhancement was done and I have created and it is deployed here. As you can see that I have added some more features to this. I have created a lamp stack, mean stack feature where the same will be shown to your preview. As you can see, the mean stack and merge stack, uh, the images being shown as my skill under the skill. These are the changes that I had contributed to. Such way you can make your more contributions. I'll tell you how to create a pull request now. To create a pull request, you have to go for a repository. This is one of the repository that Anirudh has. So you have to fork it. Okay, Karthik. When you are using Python, you can make PRs. Pull requests are basically, so Git and GitHub is a version control system. So when you have to collaborate with someone else, so basically you can see here right now. This is the Anirudh's repository that he has created for demo purpose. So what happens is you can see here one of the issues that he has created, Hacktober. So basically what you have to do is, let's say he has not added anything. Let's say this is a repo that has some Python code in it. Then you have to say that you want to get, can you assign me this issue? After doing this, Anirudh will assign me this issue, then you are eligible to contribute for the same issue. What the thing is, when you want to contribute looking for Python or anything, you have to search for the keyword Python and you will find the same repositories along the GitHub too. See, you can see there are around 16 lakh repositories. You can contribute for any one of this. Now, we can see there are a lot of issues that have been created here. See, as you can see that if you want to contribute with Python, there is some Hacktoberfest label assigned to this. Let's say I want to contribute for this. What is the need some quantum algorithms? So basically, if you want, this quantum algorithms, you can just go ahead and say that I would like to contribute for this issue, and this is how you get started with it.
See, once the issue is assigned to you, you can go and contribute to that code.
So how to create a pull request? Creating pull request is one of the important things over here. Right now I have forked this repository, as we can see. So this is the repository that I have forked. Now if I want to contribute to this repository, I have to clone this repository on my local disk. I have to clone this repository on my local machine. Okay, it is cloned now. Let me look for this repository and open it in my VS Code.
So in simple words, he's extracting that GitHub like repository into his local machine, and now using Visual Studio, he will show you the code.
Okay. Okay, this is the repository that Anirudh has created. So if I want to contribute to the README, if I make some changes on this repository, basically if I want to add any other changes or any other code to this, let me show you an example how it can be done. So I say that I make some changes now. So I save this file on my local repository. Then I have to push this repository or whatever the changes I've done in this repository to the GitHub. That can be done using some of these commands. So basically you have to add the file first. What git add does is it will add the file. Look, as you can see that the readme file is changed. Whatever the changes you have done, it will be staged on git add. Now let me commit this file using the command git commit -m, and I have to give some message about the changes I've done. Added hello world. Let's So once I commit this file, we have a version of this file that is committed over here. Now I'll push this file on my GitHub by using git push command. Okay, using git push command, as you can see that I have pushed the file now to my GitHub. Okay, as you can see that the local changes are reflected on the GitHub. Whatever I had added hello world can be seen over here. So after doing this, you can create a pull request. You can see an option of pull request beside the compare. It shows what the difference you have made or whatever the code you have added. Here I have added hello world. Now let me create a pull request. Yes, and you're done. The keyboard checks whether the branch has any conflicts or any other problems that you could face. So as we can see that there is no conflict or anything, and whatever the pull request I have created is can be merged to Anirudh. Now it is left on the Anirudh whether he wants to merge this changes or not. So this is the way you could contribute to the different projects online. There are a lot of open source projects. There are amazing projects like Linux. There are different frameworks like JavaScript that we use, like React, Angular. These are all open source projects, and you could contribute for the same. Yes, Anirudh, I'm done.
Varun, I want to share a link with all the students. Please, I want to share my screen. Please, can you stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, is my screen visible? Hello, is my
Yes,
screen
you are
visible?
visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anirudh, it's
Yes.
okay.
So basically, I had said like you will be getting like if you create 4 pull requests on any public repository on GitHub, you will be getting stickers and swags and a T-shirt from Hacktoberfest. Apart from that, here is a list of organizations who are giving you swags. If you are submitting 5 pull requests to this repository, you will be getting a t-shirt, and similarly like you'll find n number of organizations. So I'll pay, like I'll send you this link. If you are interested, like you can go ahead and contribute to these repositories. Like they are pretty cool. And show another thing, like once if you're done with submitting 4 pull requests, you'll be getting this screen. I'll show that. Yeah, here is my profile. So your progress, the progress, 4 of 4 pull request and extra 11 PRs. So here is the tag. So you're almost there. You have submitted the 4 required PRs for the Oktoberfest challenge. So like once you are submitted and it is merged to the master branch, it will be having mature time, so 14 days mature period time. So within that, for after that 14 days you will be getting the notification regarding you have completed the challenge. So I'm waiting for it to get matured. So I will share this link so that even you can go through the repositories. So over to you, sir. So you want to say something?
Anybody has any questions, you can put it in the chat
You can
box.
you can post the questions in the chat box so that we can answer.
Could you please just throw a light on why use GitHub and what are the benefits of using GitHub? And a brief introduction about GitHub to the students.
And so one more thing, sir. So the implementation of Git and GitHub and the change in the README file, which was done by Varun, was just for the implementation purpose. Any like I request each one of you, so please don't follow that method. Like don't change anything in the README file and submit the PR. So it will be mentioned as a spam PR, and you will be disqualified. So make sure that you are contributing to a open source project which is pretty useful for the community. Basically, if you are a DSA programmer or a Python programmer or any language if you prefer, so please go through that language, select that repository, and go on contributing.
To
The
tell more
method,
about GitHub, we can say that GitHub is a version control system. Git and GitHub is a version control system. So basically, Git is a version control system that helps you identify the different formats of the code that you have written and posted on some dates. Like for example, now if I want to work remotely with Anirudh, I am developing a website. So what I do is I start a repository on my local machine. Then what I do is I link the repository to the GitHub. That means GitHub is a cloud platform right now, where all your information will be stored, or whatever the code you have pushed will be stored there. So if Anirudh wants to contribute for the same, what he does is he will clone that repository to his local machine. Then he will make the changes he has to do. For example, he will add some enhancement, or he'll remove some bugs, or if he has some if he finds some issues on the same repo, then he does that changes and pushes back to the cloud. Then what I do is, with the help of Git, I pull that changes. So this is how the development happens with the CI/CD. What you can do is, yeah, you can enable the continuous integration, continuous development with the help of GitHub, so that everybody will be in the sync, and all those who are contributing, it will be helpful for them also. As just I showed you, whatever changes I have made, that was deployed on some website. So whatever the changes I am making in the open source or the repository that I was contributing to, that was deployed on the different link, so that the people understand what are the changes that I have made and how much of contribution I have done to their repositories. So to tell you more about the GitHub, GitHub is owned by Microsoft and it is free for the students too. So there are a lot of perks of using GitHub. Just not to contribute open source, but there are other perks that you can use for the you can get to use GitHub. Let me show you something interesting. Anirudh, is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible. You can go ahead. So your student developer pack, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So the students can benefit, like avail this program from GitHub.
So this is one of the student developer pack that GitHub is giving to the students. So there are a lot of perks of having this. If you are using GitHub, then you can apply for this GitHub student developer pack, and you will get lot of free versions of software that are available by the GitHub. And one of such examples are, you can see that Canva, we will get $119 of Canva premium subscription if you are having a student developer pack. Same way the domain name subscription, you get a JetBrains full IDs that are very premium, like IntelliJ, PyCharm. The same way, you have lot of other perks of using GitHub and having this student developer pack. So I and Anirudh has these student developer packs, and there are a lot of other things also. Like you can get the Heroku hosting, where if you create a website, you can host it on the Heroku for free, so that you can show it for the others whatever you have done. So such way there are a lot of perks of using GitHub. It is just not by contributing to the open source, but you can have lot of swags available for you and perks that you are getting when you are student and using GitHub.
So basically, you need a college domain mail ID. It takes approximately a 1 month time to get this GitHub student developer pack. So you can search for GitHub student developer pack and please do apply for that program. It has many benefits, as Varun said. Any more questions?
Any other questions you have regarding the contributions? So basically, whatever you contribute should be labeled as Hack Oktoberfest. And as Anirudh showed you that he had made some contributions, and those all are under review. So after the repositories or the contributions are valid, he'll be getting his T-shirt and other swags too. Any question, guys?
I have posted a link over the chat box. Please go through that link and you will get the other organizations which are providing you free swags and t-shirts. Like if you are contributing that to that repositories.
Yes, so this was a small introduction to Hack Oktoberfest and GitHub, plus how you could contribute to the open source too. Uh, Thank you, guys. Any questions we would like to take? Otherwise, I would like to ask sir to go ahead.
Well, what actually are these pull requests? How will this be generated? Is the code which you are
Yes, sir.
doing and submitting on the GitHub will be taken as a pull request?
So basically, like when we are when we fork the repository, the changes we made will be applied to that repository which we have forked. Like if we want that thing to be merged to the master branch, we need to create a pull request. So in that pull request, initially, like we can see what the changes we have done to that code, like what the things we have added or what are the things we have appended, what issues we have taken over it, and we have applied the things. And after doing the this phenomena, like we are generating pull request.
So, sir, this was a repository that was created by Anirudh. So, if I want to contribute to this repository, I don't have rights to do so. So, what happens is whatever I contribute should be accepted by Anirudh right now. So, to whatever I will contribute, how he has to accept is by creating a pull request. So what now the changes that I have made are reflected using the pull request. So basically what happens is if somebody is contributing to somebody else repo, so he has to create a pull request so that the owner of the repository will merge his changes.
What actually is this master class or master branch?
So branches in the GitHub are basically so that you can uh, create different versions of the code. For example, right now, if we are having a repository, let's say we have a repository called fifth sem, and if Anirudh wants to contribute in that, and I am also the owner, and even Anirudh is also the owner of those repositories, we could have two different branches. Since Anirudh is in IS, he could make a branch called as IS, and since I am in CS, I could make a branch called as CS. So whatever resources I get in the department can be added on the same repository, and whatever the Anirudh has made the changes, he could add on that branch. Let me show you how this is done. Okay. So I am going to the repo that I have contributed for. You can see here there is this code is in the master branch right now. So master branch is the basic, the one which is uh, valid and which is shown to the others. There are a lot of other branches that you can see here. For example, Ujjwal, all contributors, Ujjwal, and there are different branches on the different names. So if I go and fetch some of the contributors, like let's go to the usual contributor and see what he has coded. As you can see that now we are in the Ujjwal branch. There are this branch is he has committed some code. Let me show you. So Ujjwal has done this some of the changes that he has made and he has put it in his branch. Now the owner of the repository, he will check if the code that he has put, the Ujjwal has put, is valid or not, and then compare and merge it to his master branch. This is how one can keep the conflicts away, and you can usually contribute from the remote places. Like you don't need to be on the same laptop or you don't need to be there on the same VS code to contribute. You can contribute from any other different locations too. So basically GitHub is helping you to contribute from the remote places, and it is working as a version control system so that you can fetch back to the code wherever you want to. For example, if somebody wants to see Ujjwal's contribution, they can go to the Ujjwal branch and see what he has contributed. This is how it makes it more help easier to others, and even very beginner friendly for everyone to see what everybody has contributed. Anirudh, you would like to add anything?
Yeah, yeah. So, so basically, I'm in the main homepage of Hacktoberfest. So I got some questions regarding like what kind of contributions, beginner friendly or the next level contributions. So just go to the main website, and here is the tag of Hacktoberfest. So you can go through this website and you can see like what all long languages are there, and based on that you can contribute. And one more thing, in GitHub, if you want to create your readme file like which will act as your bio, you can do that by using the username slash the same thing. See, my username is Gudi Aniruddha and slash Gudi Aniruddha. So it will act as a special repository which you can use as a bio. So I will reuse it, like I will return the code. I will show you the code how it works. See, hi there. I'm currently working on Python, data science, web development, and here are the things like which I've embedded there. So you want to add anything else or any questions?
Yes, Akash, if you want to.
One student has asked the question.
Yeah, so how can I push code in
Sorry to
specific branch? So basically there
yeah.
are these git commands which are available if you have created a branch called as Akash. So you have to add the file using git add. Later on you have to commit the file, and then you can push the code on the similar branch. Once you push the code on the similar branch, it will be reflected the same way. Now you have pushing the code on the Akash branch, so the same code will be reflected in the Akash branch. If you want to push it in the master branch, you have to just go and check what branch you are using and how it is to be done. uh, Anirudh, could you show that which branch you are on?
Yes, one second. I will show. Yeah. Is my screen visible, Varun?
No, Anirudh.
Yeah. Here is a repository which I have which I have contributed. So to answer that question, so you can select this repository. Before contributing, first you need to fork, as Varun said. After like then you need to clone it. After cloning, then you have to add the code which you want. Then you have to push that code. After that, you need to create a pull request. If everything goes well, like if the code has if the thing has no merge conflicts, so your contribution will be counted.
Anirudh, I would like to show them how this branching happens.
Okay, wait. About this master and the other branch, or like which thing?
You can
Varun,
see one of
like
the repositories that, yeah, Anirudh.
Varun,
This
you
is one
want
of the
to?
repositories. I'll show them how I've used the branching and how I've contributed. Okay, you can see that this is one of the repository that I have been contributing to. If I want to use branching over, I have used my own branch over here and push the code to the same. If you go for the command like git branch, you can see right now the repository is into my branch, Varun, and there is one more branch called as master. So by changing your the or creating your branch, you could just contribute to the following repositories. I hope Akash you have understood. Basically, you need these Git commands. You need to learn about these Git commands There are some of these Git commands available as I have shown. If you want to learn about Git and GitHub, you can go for try.github.io and just go take a simple course over there. It is free and it is again open source, and you can learn more about GitHub there and branching there. And there are a lot of things in Git and GitHub. Just not making just it is not about a version control system, but there are a lot of other things too. How you can contribute the code and how like lot of people can be combined into one project, like 4 5, and 4 or 5 or 6 of them can contribute to the one of their project that can be hosted online also.
One more cool feature about GitHub is, so if you want to start any web development project, like after deploying all the code in the GitHub, you can like post that page in the domain name of GitHub itself. Varun, please can you show that?
Yes, sure.
Uh, yeah.
So I have a project called UI Picker. So basically, this is a website that will help me to pick the hex code of the color, and this is deployed on one of the URL over here. You can see here that this is a static site that is deployed on the GitHub, and what this website does is, while if you're developing an Android app or a web development, you usually require a hex color. As we can see that Peter River is #3498TP. So if I just click on this, this gets copied and I can use this the same color for my project. The main feature of the static, I mean uh, static development of the websites can be hosted easily on GitHub, as Anirudh said. So you could host your any project that you have done, and you can just if you are a project or if you are doing project remotely, and if your teacher wants to know what changes you have made or what are the changes you are doing, you could just share this the same link to the others. Even if you open this on link on the mobile, it will be visible right now because this is hosted online. So such way there are a lot of other things that you could do with Git and GitHub. Yes, any other questions you have? I hope most of you will participate in Hacktoberfest and learn Git and GitHub.
The process remains the same for static or the responsive page. You just need to add the files to the GitHub repositories. See, if you're a beginner, I suggest you to go to GitHub desktop software.
Okay, Akash has a question how to host a static page. Akash, I have pushed all my code on the GitHub repository right now. I'll go to the settings. Here we have a setting for publishing our site. So it automatically does. You just need to choose whether you want it to be hosted or no. So your site, if you want it to be hosted on your site, you could just choose it here, and you have to choose what branch you want it to be hosted on. So I want it to be hosted on master branch. Whatever the code is present in the master branch will be hosted now. So the GitHub gives you a URL that is where the page is hosted. You can see the same link I have opened now, and here is our website. So it is pretty easy to host your static pages on GitHub, and if you want to host some dynamic pages, then you have to go for the other uh, things like Hiraku, Vercel. These are some of the free hosting services this open source community is providing now. Any other questions you have, Akash? I hope everybody participates in Hacktober and contributes their bit to this open source. Anirudh, you would like to add anything?
Yeah. A small announcement amongst all the students. So after submitting 4 successful pull requests, like you need to send that screenshot to our mail ID acm. Sir will send you that mail ID right now. So like you can get certificates for submitting 4 successful PR from college itself. So we are planning for that. So you want to add anything else? Srivat sir, you want to add anything else, sir? So you want to say anything?
So I think we have come to an end of this awareness program for GitHub. So this is a very innovative one, and I think I have to thank Anirudh Gudi and Varun Joshi, the effort in conducting this whole session and the complete practical experience to all the students. I think this is one of the very important tool. If you start working on it, it really gives you a lot of scope in career building, especially whenever you do whatever assignments from the laboratory sessions. The same thing if you start pushing it to the GitHub. First thing is you all have to create a GitHub account and start pushing your small code documentation and all those things to the your account. That is going to be visible to the complete global scenario. Maybe that will definitely help you to showcase your things. So that is how GitHub is really playing a big role. This is one point. The second point is, if you look at the industry point of view, or IT professionals, what we call it as, so always they work with a GitHub. There is no other tool available. The industry, if you want to be industry ready and if you want to contribute to the different applications, it is always really required to use a GitHub. Okay, and I feel you need to explore now. Whatever points Varun Joshi and Anirudh Gudi has given it, maybe you can you need to note down those things. You require to work on that particular platform. So if you have any doubt, definitely Varun and Anirudh Gudi is ready to help you out, but you all have to start working on the GitHub. So this is really a very good platform. No, still we are planning to have some hands-on workshop on GitHub. We'll plan it and we'll do it, and maybe all have to explore on this particular GitHub session. So I really thank Anirudh Gudi and Varun Joshi, for this particular initiative. Now, I really appreciate your effort. At an early stage, you all are really doing a great job for the department and to the college. Yeah, thank you, everyone. So, Principal Sir is also with us for a workshop. Sir, I request you, can you address students, sir? Sir? Okay. Maybe sir may be busy with some engagement. So I thank all. So we'll have some more session on the GitHub. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, before leaving the meeting, students, I'll be sharing the feedback link here. The certificate for this will be given through the feedback link itself. So I'll share the feedback link with you in the chat box. Please do fill that, and then you can leave the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
I thank all for your patient participation and enthusiastic participation in this session. We'll come up with a practical session on GitHub and how this GitHub can be used in much more better way with the speakers also, and with the people who have worked a lot on the GitHub platform. So I thank Varun Joshi and I thank Anirudh Guri for sparing their time and sharing the knowledge on this particular thing, GitHub, and also the Hacktober Fest. I encourage all the students to please participate in Hacktober Fest 2020, which is going on till 30th of this October. Uh, 30th and 31st also, the 31st of October. So all the students need to participate in that and at least share some of your codes which you have written there. Thank you so much. Please be careful while filling the feedback form. Whatever details you give there will be directly printed on the certificate. So it will be mailed onto your email. So please give your correct emails and write the correct details on the feedback form so that you will get the correct certificate.